Okay, so I'm going to try to include you on this project pretty much from start to finish, with the exception of the drawn out boxes for my picture frame molding. I've already used this leveler. It's been my best friend for this part of the project. The leveler has a ruler on the side, and I basically aligned it with this bottom molding to draw my bottom line. It's only 16 inches and I want my boxes to be 20 by 20. So after I drew the length of the 16 inches, then I basically slid it over to add the other 4 and drew the rest of the line. I used my top molding because it happened to be pretty much a good match for the 20 by 20 that I'm trying to use to create my boxes. So I used this top molding to draw my top line, and then this leveler to align the corners and basically align the top and the bottom parts of my frames. I have cut 2 pieces of the frame already using my miter, and this is the first time that I actually did my miter cuts to try to match up my frame pieces, and I'm pretty pleased. I have several more pieces of trim to cut, and since I have correctly cut these 2 pieces, I'm going to use them as my guide to finish marking these trims and cut the rest of the pieces. Once I do that, then I'll bring you back in as I try to attach them to the wall. So right here I'm actually using the tips of those angled cuts. Those are 45-degree cuts, and I'm using the tip ends to mark the trim. It was very helpful in helping me to match my blade with the exact point where I needed to begin my cuts. And I basically stayed on the right side for my angled cuts until I cut all of the right sides, and then switch to the left side to cut the 45-degree angle cuts on the left side of the trim. So I believe the strips, they're about 7 feet long and cost maybe about $5 or $6 each. I was able to use 1 strip per box, with my boxes being the size of 20 by 20. I also thought that I would need some type of glue to attach my molding pieces to the wall, but the glue that I tried to use, it did not work. So I ended up nailing my frame pieces directly to the wall, and it worked out well. There were a few gaps, but very few, and I was able to cover those gaps or fill those gaps in with my coat of white paint. So a couple of my walls didn't have a length that would support my 20 by 20 for every frame, so I kind of improvised on the size of those squares, or rectangles in this case.